Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Oops. There we go. Pam and Zoila, you guys started your Mosaic cardies? Paula will be in here in just a minute. I'll show you mine so far. I'm doing one for my granddaughter. So this is the colors. Let me do it this way so you can see. That's the colors. And I'm using the ice yarn cake like this. That's the one I started in the middle. And then I'm using bonbon yarn from Mary Maxim for the other three colors. I started my second side, but I'm going to go so far and see if I like how the color is going, because I didn't want to start a whole nother cake if I didn't have to. So the center of this one is pink, where the center of this one is orange. But it will still have the same pink, blue, and purple. So I'm going to see if I like it with the different center. If not, then I'll open up the other cake and do it with the orange for the second side. But it's working up pretty easy and pretty quick. I like how it looks. Hi, Dawn. Thanks for coming in. And then I wanted to show you this Afghan that I started. I'm wanting to make my grandkids Afghans that they can have, and for their whole life type thing. I'm not sure what you call that. But the stitch I picked for that is a double crochet and a single crochet, and you just alternate them. And now I'm kind of wondering why I went with that, because that's going to take me forever to do a full Afghan like that. Pam, you did an Afghan with that same stitch? Did it seem like it took forever? Oh, thank you, Dawn. I made a couple things with your yarn, and your yarn is amazing. How it looks, how it works up, everything. Well, thank you, Pam. I'm wondering if I should I got 3 cakes of that. It's Kieran, I think, anniversary cake. That's what it's called. Oh, big cakes. Kieran big cakes. And I got three of them. And I'm hoping 3 would be enough. But then I'm kind of wondering if maybe I should throw a pink or a different color in there. I haven't decided that yet. I'm almost to the very end of my first cake. Dawn, the babies are doing great. They're almost done with school. Marilee graduates pre-K next week. And they're both in baseball. I hadn't either, Dawn. I actually got this off Facebook. Somebody had a really good deal. And I got 9 different cakes. And I think I spent $55 on 9 cakes. So to me, that was pretty good. Yes, Marilee is growing up way too fast. And Dawn, it's really soft. You should try it. It's really, really soft, and even with the tight stitch, it's still pretty soft. I hope Paula's okay. She said she was getting ready. Hello, Miss C. Thank you for coming in. We're just waiting on Paula. But I've decided if I don't like the center being a different color from my first side, that I'll just make another one, because the center on this one is orange. I probably should have started with a solid color in the center instead of the cake, but it's ice yarn, Missy, this one. And then I had the other 3 colors are the Mary Maxim Bonbon yarn, which is super, super soft. You're right, Pam. They do grow way too fast. Henry is 6 and Marilee's 4. And it's just so shocking to see the changes in them. So, and I really want them each to have an Afghan that I made. The big cakes, the Karen big cakes, and this is one of them. I got 3 of this color, and then 3 of another color with purples in it, and then 2 of another color and 1 of a third. But for $55, it was 9 cakes, and each cake has let me look. Each cake has 603 yards, 10.5 ounces, and 300 grams. And the pattern that's on the label is this one. And it says to make that one, you only need 3 cakes. So I'm hoping that the 3 cakes is going to work for the one that I'm working on. Thank you, Missy. And I love my Some Bunny. Missy said that this yarn is yarn that Dawn Aaron dyed. And it's just awesome. The colors in it, just beautiful. Oh, there she is.
Sorry about that. Technical difficulties.
No, you're all good.
Oh.
I was just showing them what I've got done so far in my Afghan that I'm working on.
Oh.
Zoila, Miss C is awesome. I seen her video yesterday of her Happy Mail, and oh my gosh, the stuff she got was so amazing, and she deserves every bit of it for everything she does for so many people.
Well, hello everyone. I'm sorry I wasn't here. I had to tame my hair and then my laptop went kaplooey. So we're working on the desktop today. How is everyone doing? Other than minor glitches, I'm okay.
Just blame it on the weather.
Works for me. Okay. So
I bet you was, Miss C. There was a lot in there, and oh my gosh, it was all amazing. But there was a couple things in there. It was like mouth dropping. It's like, wow. And Dawn Aaron is going to be making, Dawn, is it called power balls or mega balls?
oh, those big Hanks.
Yeah, them great big ones.
I think they're called power balls.
I can't wait to see it.
So, all right. How far did everyone get on their hexacardies?
Pam said she has not started hers yet. Zoila, did you start one? I know that you've been really busy with your mom.
I think Zoila said she was going to wait.
Okay.
And I know Tank is going to wait. And if anybody wants the instructions that I have to date, I'll be happy to send them to you. Just give me send me an email to yarnmaidens@yahoo.com.
And I will put that on the bottom of the screen.
Thank you. All right. So today, if you're making an adult size cardigan, you probably, I don't know how fast you all crochet.
I think you said something about going to row 20 something if they could.
Yeah. So let's see if I lived up to my own expectations here. I'm on row 19. So see, I didn't live up to my own expectations, nor did I make the assignment. I'm sorry. But if anybody wants the instructions so far, send me an email. I will send you what I have. It's a Microsoft Word document. And I will be adding to it as we go along. Now I don't want to push you guys too fast. Yes, Miss C is just a sweetheart. And I don't know what we would all do without her.
I agree.
And her sun bunnies are just awesome. My Edwina is, in the living room. Okay. She travels, obviously. So let me know, everybody let me know where they are in their hexacardy so that I can know whether or not I need to tell you guys how to do the shoulder seam. Now this is how I do it. Okay. This may not be how anybody else in the whole wide world does it, but this is how I do it.
I just started my second side.
Okay. Well, then, all right. Let me go get the other cardigan that I told you I was working on. Now, it's not a mosaic. It's just a double crochet hexacardi. So I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, if there are any in the crowd.
Oh, we love you too, Miss C. Zoila, are you going to do 4-weight yarn? Or are you maybe thinking of doing thinner yarn? Or do you have any idea yet? Right now, the yarn I'm using is 4-weight, but I'm thinking about making the next one I make is for myself. And I'm thinking of doing DK weight, so that I can wear it on the cool nights that the kids have like a ball game or something. And it's, not too hot. Oh, I love those colors.
Okay. This is my other one that I'm working on. And it's just a solid hexacardi. Okay. And I already started.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Kaylin, can you shut the front door, please?
Oh, don't make yourself uncomfortable, Diana. Whoop. I lived by train tracks most of my life. I still live by train tracks. So,
Yeah, they get pretty loud here.
yeah, not so much here, but there's not so many train tracks as there were in Illinois.
They made a new thing now. We had a little kid get hit by a train years ago.
Oh, my.
And so now the trains have to blow their horn before each crossing. And I have 2 crossings just right here.
No, that makes for it real loud.
Yeah. Yeah, and they have to blow it 5 times at each crossing.
Wow.
And it's 24/7.
So, yeah, you just kind of learn to deal with it, huh?
Right, you do.
All right. Now, this one is almost all done. And there's more than 20 rows here. But what you do, and I started decreasing on this side for the sleeve. Okay. I will show you guys how to do that. Everybody knows how to do a single or a simple half double crochet decrease. You do, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Karen's spice cake Zoila would be perfect.
Now, I've never used the spice cake. Is that cotton or acrylic?
I think it's acrylic.
Are you putting other colors with it, Zoila, or just going to use the cake?
The spice cakes, if I remember correctly, are kind of they kind of mute real well into the next color. It's, if I remember correctly. Okay. Now, once you have gotten your, okay, I don't think we'll use this today. I think what we need to do is we need to, once you get to the point where you are halfway down your arm, however many that is for you, however many rows.
That is awesome, Zoila. Dawn Aaron is really good about giving.
Yes, she is. All right. Now, once you are on the row where you are like a third of the way down your own arm, now if you are making this for someone else, if you cannot fit this to them, then you're going to need measurements of them. You're going to need the length of their arm. You're going to need the length from their shoulder down to their waist, or if they want it, okay, then you can fit it on yourself, Zoila. That'll be fine. Once you get it to sleeve length, then you want to start decreasing. Now, once you start decreasing, you need to take some stitch markers and you need to mark those corners so that you know when you're starting to hit the row where you decrease. And how I decrease is every third row I decrease. Okay, because you don't want to decrease all in one row because then you just get this mess. But every third row I would decrease. Diana, since you're making it for a child, every second row I would decrease.
Okay.
Okay. If you're making it for a child,
Mrs. C, is the spice cake yarn rough?
now I've got some in my yarn disaster room and I don't think it's rough. But that's just me. I tend to work with a lot of value-based acrylics anyway.
Dogs are spaz.
Now,
Let's see, says, my uncle worked on the trains and when he was coming through St. Paul, Indiana, we would sit on the steps and wave.
yep.
My grandpa drove trains and his house is across the street from me, which his house and my house both, there's our property, the road, and the train tracks. And my mom said they used to pick him up right there in front of his house.
Oh, cool. All right. Let me grab my stitch markers.
Oh, Zoila said she thinks Miss C was talking about the train noise being rough. It can be for people that are not used to it, for sure.
The funny thing is, when we first moved down here, down to Arkansas, across to Arkansas, up to Arkansas, whatever you want to say, we had trouble sleeping, both my husband and I, because it was too quiet. We weren't living right next to the train tracks anymore.
Oh, wow.
So Now, once you get to the point where you want to start decreasing, like I said, you want to mark the corners with a stitch marker. Let me get to that corner and I will show y'all what I mean.
Which corners is
The
it that you're marking?
Okay, the ones that you're going to begin your decrease on, and you want to leave those stitch markers in that corner. So that you know when you hit that stitch marker, that's the row, that's the side that you're decreasing.
So
Okay.
are we decreasing for the arm, right? The arm sleeve?
Yes.
All right, so that would be all right. So then put the stitch markers like right here.
Yeah.
Right here and right here
Yes, ma'am.
on all four corners.
No, you just want it on two corners.
But I mean both sides.
Yeah.
The front and the back.
No, just on two corners, Diana. Hang on, I'll show you what I mean. Ah. All right. Now, here's the front. Okay. And say this is my sleeve side. Pick one side that you want to be your sleeve. Take two stitch markers. I'm going to use white because most of my yarns are dark. And the row that I'm marking off is a dark row. So, all right. Then I want to.
Thank you, Zoila. Zoila, she said if you're doing an adult one, it's every 3 rows. For a child, it'd be every 2. So once you got to round what, Paula? And then when you start when you get the sleeve 3/4 down your arm, right?
1/3 down your arm.
1/3?
Yeah.
Okay. So then do I need to rip some of these out? Because this goes.
No, because you're fitting it to a child and you don't want anything that's real tight on their wrist because they'll put their little fingers through that.
Right.
And they might tear it or they might hurt their hands.
Okay.
So you want Marilee's cuff to be a little bit looser than you would say want yours.
Okay.
And I think you'll be just fine by decreasing every other row for like 4 or 5 rows.
I was gonna say I think there's about 4 rows would get it right down to her hand.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I think you'd be fine.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Now,
we're only decreasing on one corner to corner, right?
yes.
We're not doing it on the back side
Not yet.
of that sleeve.
No, because there is no back side of that sleeve. That's the shoulder seam.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, your shoulder seam, there's 4 corners. There'll be 2 up by your neck and
Yep.
2 by your hand.
Yep.
But you only decrease on the one side, not both.
Right. Because when you fold it like this, when you actually fold it into the L shape, okay, this is the L shape. This part right here is going to be the arm. All right. This part right here. And then this will be the shoulder seam. Okay. So you want to decrease where it goes down the arm. Does that make sense?
Like this part here.
No, that's not the part you want to decrease on. That's the shoulder seam.
All right. I'm totally confused.
Okay. Here, I'm pretty sure it's yes, Zoila. You decrease on the first row, and then, like I said, Diana, you would want to decrease every other row.
Right.
Okay. So fold this into your L.
Right.
You can see mine is a little wonky.
Yeah, mine's like a V almost.
Yeah. All right. Now, if I were to put this on me,
Right.
this would be the sleeve. You see?
Right. Right.
And mine is almost there. So probably about 20 rows for me
Right.
would be where, well, yeah, probably about 24 rows for me would be where I would want to start decreasing. Okay. But anyway,
Not the shoulder corners, the wrist corners.
yes.
Okay. Gotcha, Zoila.
Now,
Oh shoot, now which is that?
actually, just pick a side.
These two. All right.
Come on.
I don't know why I was having such a hard time figuring that out.
You weren't having a hard time. I was having a hard time explaining it. Sorry.
Oh, because we are decreasing this part,
Yes.
not the arm, the sleeve part, or the
Not
shoulder.
the neck part.
Yes. Duh.
You
Okay. I got it. Thanks, Doyla.
You know what? With the whole hair thing and then the computer thing that just went more kerflooey. Ugh. That's okay. Husband is the computer whisperer. He can fix it. I hope. All right.
But we don't seam the shoulder, the arm part. We don't seam that together yet.
No, not
Okay.
yet.
All right.
I want to give everybody a chance to
Do the decrease first.
get to that part where they start decreasing on the arm,
Right.
and then
And the row that we're decreasing, how many decreases are we doing?
I generally do two, one on each end.
Right.
So
Okay.
not the first one. But the second one, we want to decrease. And by decrease, I mean, what we want to do is we want to put just a double crochet in that space.
No, a double crochet or a half double?
Half double, sorry.
No, you're good.
We're working with half doubles here. I'm fine.
And we're doing it in the corner or
No,
right past the corner?
you want to do your first stitch, do your corner, and then do your first stitch. Like
Right.
that.
Right. Okay.
Okay. And then the next place where you would normally put another cluster, you want to just put a single half double crochet. One half double crochet.
Right.
Half double, that makes no sense.
Hi, Denise Lee. Welcome in.
Okay. And then you just keep on going until you're two from the end on the other corner. And then you decrease. Now, shoot. If you want, I'm sure you can look up measurements for different sizes of cardigans. I know I've seen them online. So you can look it up and say you were making it for a friend who you know is a size medium. I know you can look up the measurements of what a medium cardigan would be and just make it off of the charts measurements. So that if you want to give it as a surprise, it's still a surprise.
Right.
And the reason that you want to put one in when you decrease is because you can't just skip a full stitch, because that would throw off the pattern.
Right.
Now, when you're working with this, when you're working a half double, be sure to pull your half double all the way up. The one that your front post half double, be certain that you pull it up to where your other half double is. Because if you don't, you're going to get it caving in. The middle will cave in.
Right. And I think that's what happened with mine, because it really.
Well, no, yours isn't too bad, Diana. I've seen worse. I've made worse.
Right.
Well, Denise, send me an email and I will send you the instructions as I write them. You can be another one of my pattern testers if you don't mind. And the email would be yarnmaidens@yahoo.com. And I already have the pattern written out as far as what we went over last week. But keep in mind, individual sizes are going to need different numbers of rows. If you're a petite person, you may want to decrease every other row on the sleeve so that it decreases more appropriately, I guess you would say. Does that make sense to anyone?
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm a big girl, so yes, Denise, I hope you start feeling better really, really soon. I know that surgery sucks. Never had elbow surgery.
So really, you can make it as long as you want it.
Yeah, you can make it. I'm going to show you how to do that, Zoila, once we get to the point where we put both pieces together.
Hi, Kim G. Welcome in. How is your
Um,
mosaic cardi coming?
I think
Ooh,
she was
the dentist.
a dentist, no fun. I always had that opinion of dentists. No fun.
Kim G, here's my mosaic cardi so far. I'm doing one for my granddaughter.
And she's going to make another one for her grandniece. So
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Okay. Now I've got one more stitch before, well, two more stitches before I hit the corner here. So 1/2 double crochet, and then do in the next hole, you do the regular stitch. Then you make your corner just like you normally would.
So when I start the row of the decrease, should I start in the corner of my sleeve that we're going to decrease, or should I start in a different corner and
Okay.
work to that?
Hang on just a second. Let me get this corner done so I can show you how I did it.
You know what? I think I'm going to put another stitch marker in there right in the center so that
so that you know which side it is.
Yeah, keep in mind that it's that whole side.
Okay. But this is how I did the decrease on this end. Okay. One, and then do the full cluster here, and then the corner.
So you didn't start in the corner? You started?
Yeah, I started in this corner.
Oh, that corner. Okay.
So I went all the way down to here, did my decrease, and then I'll go all the way around to where I finish off this row, which is here, and then join a new color in this corner here.
Okay.
And then, like I said, for an adult, you would want to decrease every 3 to 4 rows, depending on the length of the arm.
Congratulations, Kim G.
Yeah, no kidding. That's awesome. Well, I got no cavities, but my teeth are bought, so you know. At least my top teeth are. So you would go ahead and you would continue all the way around. For me, it would be 3 more rows, and then I would decrease another round. Now remember, if you need to decrease faster, go every other round. Don't try to decrease every round, because if you do, you're going to get wrinkles in the sleeves, and it looks funny.
Kim G, how far did you get on yours? How many rows so far?
Kim's like, what am I supposed to do with this thing now? Okay, Kim, I wanted to show you mine again because they do start doing what yours is doing. I've just never had one do it that early on. And I think I figured out your problem. I think the problem is that you're not pulling up your front post double crochet. Did I send you the instructions, Kim? So, but here's mine. And you can see it's going to a little V shape. But the deal is, you can stretch it out. So, if you're going to make it with cotton, okay. Keep in mind that if you do a double crochet, depending on your tension, you're not going to get as close of a fabric. It won't be as closed in, but they're still beautiful.
Zoila, did you say what colors you were going with?
Okay. Yeah, I mean thicker, less holes. Now, eventually you are going to come to a point where you don't want to make your sleeves any longer, and that's okay. I will show you what we do when we don't want to make our sleeves any longer. So, all right, say I didn't want to make my sleeves any longer than this. So what I would do, let me finish this row and then I will actually show you what to do. Because obviously my brain and my mouth are not connected today. Oh, somebody's mowing. How are they mowing their yard? It was raining up until half an hour ago. No, we are just talkative today, aren't we, Diana?
I know it. I'm trying to get to this corner so I can do my decrease.
I was a little flustered in the beginning because of the technical difficulties.
Right. Yeah, that kind of throws you completely off, don't it?
Yes, it really does. Because then I had to grab the camera off of the laptop, plug the camera back into my desktop, move everything around. And well, yeah, technical difficulties suck.
All right, I'm at that corner. I did my first set of 3 half doubles, my chain one, and I'm starting my second.
I'm not putting chains in between the
in the corner.
In the corner is the only place I put chains.
Yeah, that's where I'm at, is right in the corner.
Okay, I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
That's okay.
All right.
Oh, there you go, Kim G. Sometimes I think my half doubles, I make them way tighter for some reason.
Well, that's why I said make sure that when you're doing your front post half double, pull it up like this.
Right.
That will help it from collapsing in the middle.
Ooh, Zoila, them colors sound really pretty. Cherry sunshine, stage lights, ginger snaps, raspberry rainbow, and silver steel. Now, are you making it for you, or are you making it for your mom or somebody else, Zoila?
She's making it for her.
Awesome.
Zoila gets to make things for herself too.
Kim G said she sent you photos.
Okay.
All right, I'm on my second set of 3 half doubles in this corner.
Okay.
And I don't do my decrease in the corner stitches. It's the very next stitches, right?
No. You want to do a normal cluster, you know, half double, front post half double,
Right.
okay? And then in the next space where you would put a cluster, you
Right.
would put 1 half double crochet and then go on to the next space.
Oh, so no front post half double?
No front post half double.
All right. All right, so the first one, do the half double, front post half double.
These cops just detained an FBI agent.
Half double. And then in the next one, just do a half double. That's it, right?
Yep. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Now, once you get your arms long enough, that you're satisfied that your arms are long enough,
Gotta go, girls. The early dinner bell is about to ring, but I will leave you running. Thank you, Miss C. Have a good day.
Zoila, I'm not color controlling because I am using separate colors or separate skeins. Sorry.
Now, would she color control using a cake?
She can. That choice is completely up to the individual. So I hardly ever color control just because I hate it. All right. Now, once you get your sleeve long enough, okay, we all know this is not going to be long enough, right? But once you get your sleeve long enough, what you're going to do is you are going to attach your yarn in one of these corners, and you're going to do a row all the way around 5 sides. And then you're going to fasten off, and you're going to start in the same corner. Hey, Crochet Queen. And you're going to go all the way around 5 sides. Okay? This is why it's important for you to keep your arm corners marked.
Hi, Crochet Queen. Thanks for coming in. What do you say?
Are you expecting it to be cargo?
Okay, so I would want to attach my next row in this corner. If you can see that. That's where my corner marker is.
Kim G is buffering.
Oh no.
She wants your name.
Who?
Sam.
And this is
What is
this
it?
is how you add length and width, Zoila, because I like my
Did you show her really?
I like my cardigans long.
It's your day off. You have stuff to get done on your day off.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
So
All right. I'm at the next corner almost.
okay.
So I got one more regular cluster, and then a half double, and then a regular cluster.
Right. And then you do your corner and you just keep going around like that. The only thing that's a little bit of a pain in the butt is keeping track of the rows that you did decrease on. So, Zoila, anyway, this is how you make it longer. You join in one of the corners
Have a good day.
and you go all the way around,
I don't know.
5 sides.
Raining.
Great.
You hear me?
Yeah. I said, oh, great.
Huh?
I said, oh, great.
Hang on, Kim G. Let me go look at it. Come on, Yahoo, load. Urgh. No, I don't have it yet, Kim G. Ah, no. Not yet. Sometimes Yahoo takes a long time. No, you keep, okay, Zoila, you keep going all the way around so that you can decrease your sleeves until you get to the length that you want your sleeves. Then, to make it longer, yes, you don't do your sleeves, you just do the 5 other sides. And that will make it wider and longer. Now, if you don't need it to be wider, you just need it to be longer. What you do is you wait until you put both sides together and then you just go along the bottom.
China, we're doing a mosaic hexicardy. I'm doing one for my granddaughter, and Paula's doing an adult one.
Like
And
this.
yep, and so far, this is.
I just love your colors, Diana. Those are so pretty.
I'm just hoping that when I go to stitch it all together, that it like lines up and looks amazing.
It will. No, come on, girl. Have faith in yourself.
I'm just really worried about this pulling the way it is.
Well,
I know it'll straighten out though.
it will. And then
Thank you, China. Thank you, Zoila.
yes, thank you, China. Okay. Yeah. All right. So after, and we'll go back over most of this stuff next week, how to decrease the sleeves. I will get that all written up because these are kind of labor intensive, especially if you're making one for an adult. If you're making a child's, they go pretty quickly. But if you're making one for an adult, they can take a few minutes to crochet.
Yeah, I was shocked to see how fast this one worked up.
Well, my teal one, I probably spent a good 2 weeks
Really?
crocheting on it.
Was you doing other projects at the same time, or was you just working on that?
Oh no, I was doing other projects. I can never sit still and just do one project at a time. So next week we'll go over how to join the shoulders and how to join the backs of the two hexagons. And then probably will, I don't want to throw too much at you.
And next week, if anyone wants to come up on stage and show us what you have done, let me know and I can give you the link to come up, and then you can show us how far you have gotten. Or if you are having a problem, then maybe we can help you get through the problem.
Okay. Kimji, do you need the original instructions or do you need the I'll tell you what, once I get this week's written, I'll send you both, but I will send you the original instructions now. Okay, let's see if I can remember to attach the file this time. Last time I didn't. Well, thank you, computer. You're deciding to work. Hmm.
Anytime, Kim. Just let us know if you need help. I really just love the look of all these hexy cardigans that people are making. All the different colors, the different designs, I mean, it's just amazing. China, you can use any weight yarn you want. Paula is starting us out with the 4-weight yarn, but you can use any you want. Paula, did you get Kim G's pictures in the email yet?
No, I did not get her pictures, but I just sent her an email. Kim, I didn't get it yet. And I've opened and closed Yahoo a couple of times. China, I've made these with 4-weight yarn. I've made these with 3-weight yarn. Gosh, I haven't done it with any of the thicker yarns, like a 5 or a 6. I haven't done those. This is a 4-weight, and this is a 4-weight. So this is different than the Mosaic. This is just a solid hexicardy.
Do you like one over the other, Paula?
As far as time consumption goes, the solid, in my opinion, takes a lot longer because you're putting a lot more stitches in it. I don't have a preference. Now, the first hexicardy that I did was with Lion Brand Roll With It Sparkle.
Yeah.
And it was just a regular hexicardy, using the granny stitch. And I thought it turned out pretty good for a first time. But the thing is, when you use the granny stitch, you have a lot of holes.
That is true.
Zoila, you could try it with the spice, or what are you using? Spice cakes? I think that you're probably going to have to do a lot fewer rows than someone using like a 4-weight yarn. In fact, I know you would. And you're going to get one that is really, really warm, because just using a 4-weight, yeah, my teal one is just like really, really warm.
Zoila, it gets pretty cold where you're at, though, in the wintertime, don't it?
See, that's the thing down here, over here, around here. We don't hardly get cold. Generally, a sweater is about all I ever need. People around here are wearing earmuffs and winter coats and gloves and hats, and I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? It's not cold. It's 35 degrees. Now, in Illinois, we used to get cold. Cold. I'm sure Diana agrees with that.
Yeah.
Do you live out in the in a rural area, China? Because I know that rural Zoila, then I would go ahead and use the thicker yarn. 65 is not cold, China. He's not. But yeah, I will. Okay, now I want your opinion. Ladies, and I'm going to leave this up to you. Do you want me just to continue on the instructions that I already have? Or do you want me to do Mosaic Hexagon Cardigan Part 2? Yeah, so you're probably going to want to use an L hook. Me, yeah, I would definitely say an L hook. So, if you're using the spice cakes, then I would go with an L hook. My hook of choice is almost always a J, unless I am working with the thicker yarns. I was looking at.
That time my door was shut.
I'm sorry, Diana. Yeah, brain spasm. Oh, I was looking through my stash and I've got a bunch of Lion Brand Jiffy, which is a 5-weight, and it's all in solid colors. So I thought that I could do one up in the 5-weight if I wanted one that was warmer. Either that or do one up in the 5-weight and send it to my daughter in Missouri because it gets cold there too. I mean, we do have some cold weather, but not a lot. Winter in Arkansas, or winter in our area in Arkansas, is about 2 weeks long. That's it. The people down here go crazy. Okay, Zoila, that's fine. Has anybody heard from Tank today?
I have not.
Okay. I hope she's okay.
Me too. Actually, I don't remember what time she said her appointment was today.
Oh, she had an appointment. Okay.
She had a doctor's appointment. I'm wanting to say it was this morning.
Oh goodness. I hope everything's okay with her.
She said she thought she had a bug.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got one too. But they threw steroids at it again. At least I'm not coughing the lung up today. There's nothing quite like coughing so hard and so much that you can't catch your breath.
Right.
It's pretty scary.
Yeah, it can be. Zoila, do you have an L hook?
Oh, Zoila, I wouldn't know what to do if I sneezed like that. Normally, I only sneeze once, which is weird, I know. Okay, ladies, you didn't answer the question. Do you want a continuation on the same document or do you want separate documents?
I think the same document would be okay. You could always put part 2.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I would do to delineate between
Yeah.
the parts. And I'm going to see if I can find that chart that I saw. Okay. I'm going to see if I can find that chart that I saw as far as measurements of cardigans. I think it had measurements all the way from like 3 to 6 months all the way up to 5X.
Oh, wow.
So, and if I can, I will put that as a table in the document so that if you're making one for somebody and you want to surprise them, then you will have that ability too.
Yeah, that'd be great. There's Tank.
Hey, Tank.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm so sorry that you have a headache, Tank. But we're glad you're here. Also, I'm glad you got a nap. Naps are good.
I hope you got good news at the doctor's. Zoila, let me know if you don't have an L hook. I think I have an extra one.
I'm pretty sure I have an extra one.
Oh, no, Tank.
But it's not ergonomic. Oh, Tank, I am so sorry.
Yeah, they were like some of the worst ones there.
I went back to the doctor and they threw more steroids at me. And this is like 3 times within the past 6 weeks. So I only get a few days off of the steroids before I have to go back on them. So it's really screwing with my everything. Oh, if they gave you a shot. Must have been pretty bad off, sweetheart. I am so sorry. Now that the steroids are kicking in, I'm starting to feel better. That's a good thing. I think if the weather would clear up for a little bit, I might actually get well. Oh, yeah. I've been on them so long, like I said, just 3 times in the past 6 weeks. And you don't sleep, you shake, you do all kinds of weird stuff.
Right, you do.
Or at least I do.
I've heard steroids can do that to people, make them jittery and make them hyper.
Yep.
Henry used to get steroids when he was little every time he would get a bad cold. And oh my gosh, 2 years old, and you would have thought he could be in a circus or something. I mean, he could bounce off walls like no other.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I get really, really cranky when I'm on steroids that long.
Well, they're
So
not going to be on for a long period, are they?
No, you're not. But it's about I don't have an infection. Personally, I think my lungs are just filling up with fluid.
Tank, I finally got a response. Said, we received your message. We are forwarding it to your doctor, and we will get back to you with her response. Are you kidding me? You're supposed to be trying to find me an appointment to get me in instead of making me wait until July to get in. It just floors me, these specialists, you know.
Well, I don't know about where you live, but the healthcare in Arkansas was just so different from what I was accustomed to where we lived, because we lived just barely across the river from St. Louis. You know, we had Barnes Jewish, we had St. Louis University, we had all those really, really good hospitals and really, really good doctors. And down here, it's like, when I have to explain things to my doctor, I worry.
Right. Tank, that's what they always put Henry on, was prednisone.
Yep. Pick me. Ugh. It's what they did to me, or doing to me. Keep doing to me.
It just, my cardiologist is in Peoria. And
that's quite the drive for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about an hour.
Yeah.
But it seems like you can't never get in unless you wait 3 to 6 months. And I'm like, a lot could happen in 3 to 6 months.
She doesn't see you every 6 months for maintenance?
She does. But I had just seen her a week before I ended up in the ER the other day.
Oh, goodness.
So my next appointment with her isn't, for 6 months. So when I asked about the appointment that next morning, they said the earliest they had open was in July. And I said, there's no way to get me in sooner. So they're supposed to be getting back to me after talking with the doctor to see if they could slip me in somewhere. Same here, Tank. The good doctors, the specialists and stuff, they're at least an hour's drive.
Still waiting to find good doctors down here. We've been here almost 14 years.
Oh, wow. Um, I want to see Kim G's sweater when she gets when she really gets going on it. So Kim, email me some pictures if you can.
I'm still waiting to get your pictures, Kim.
Tank Zoila's gonna start her soon. Kim G is working on one, and Pam is going to be doing one later, right? Is that what she said?
Yeah, there it is. Yay.
And I'm not sure about China or Denise Lee. Did Denise say she was starting one later too?
Yeah.
Awesome, China. We would love to have you join us.
Yes.
You can use any colors you want or color.
Yeah. Any colors or color. I finally got your picture, Kim. How many corners do you have on that?
Tank, have you ever made one before?
Okay, Kim, I just sent you the pattern 5-ish so minutes ago. So, Kim, can you fold yours like this and get sort of an L shape? Silly light. Like this.
Oh no, she keeps buffering. I would like to make one with a hood on it at some point.
I'm not sure. I was thinking about making a hood for the Mosaic cardigan, but I'm not at all sure how I would do it. If I would just do it out of plain half doubles, or if I would do it in the Mosaic fashion. What do you think?
That one's kind of a hard one because you kind of want things to line up, wouldn't you?
Yeah. So I'm not sure that I would put a hood on a hexicardy. What I did on thank you, Tank. What I did on the teal one that I did is I put edges all around, bottom, top, and collar. And I'm thinking, since I have a little bit of yarn left, I'm thinking about making like a collar like you would have on a blazer, a notched collar.
Yeah. Tank, here's the one that I'm doing. It's for Mary Lee.
I just think those colors, they're so bright and so playful. And springy.
Yeah. I just love the front post stitches, how it's making it look.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But next week, I will show you how to do the shoulder seams. And now, keep in mind, ladies, this is the way I do it. if you have a way that you're more comfortable with, please feel free to do it your way. Okay. I crochet my seams rather than just use a mattress stitch to stitch them shut, because in my opinion, a crocheted seam is more durable.
Thank you, Tank. I do agree with that. I always worry if I try to sew my seams together that it's going to fall apart before it would if I crocheted them together.
Well, yeah, because if you crochet it together, you're sewing your ends into your work. Whereas if you stitch it together, if the yarn breaks, say, in the middle of the project, well, both sides, it's going to come apart in the middle.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but like I said, I want to put that size chart with measurements. I hope I can find it again. I'm so bad about surfing the web and saying, I need to remember that.
And not save it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've done that.
It's like, I need to where did that go? I swear if I don't have a list, I would forget to put my shoes on. So next week we will sew up I don't know what do you ladies think about sewing up the shoulder seams? Yes or no?
Kim G, will you be ready for that part of the...
Yeah, I think she will. Oh, Kim, I think you missed it, but I was showing them how to decrease for the yarn for the arm. Yarn arm. So you can either go back and watch, well, I'm sure you'll go back and watch the video because a quick explanation is just not real good. But what you want to do is you want to pick a side. I picked this side. And this is I designated this as my arm. So meaning this will be the arm. And this would be the shoulder seam. And then this would be the front placket. And this would be the back. Now I'm going to show you ladies. Ugh. Tank, I use my KitchenAid mixer to do that with a dough hook. Works great.
Meatloaf sounds good.
I was going to make a meatloaf yesterday. My son's like, I'm so tired of meatloaf. Okay. Plan B. So I made stuffed cornbread. Okay, so Kim.
I will be right back, Paula.
All right.
And everybody.
Once you designate your arm, I marked it with stitch markers and I put them like a row beneath or the row that I start decreasing on. Now for an adult, you're probably, how tall are you, Kim? Because for an adult, I would say decrease every 3 to 4 rows. Diana's doing a child, so I told her to decrease every other row. Thank you, Tank. 5'3". Okay, so you're on the short side. Yes, welcome back, Lola. So for you, I would probably decrease, and you said that goes to your elbow. Let's see. Armpit to elbow. Okay. Yeah, then I would unless you have unusually long arms, Kim, I would decrease every 3 rows. So I'm sure that once you get to your elbow, you're going to want to be decreasing. See, I tend to start decreasing about a third of the way down my arm, which is right here. It's raining today, so my wrists are killing me. Right here. This is about a third of the way down my arm. And this is where I start decreasing. And I finish up about here so that I can put a good cuff on it. So Kim, I will send you the instructions on how to decrease. It's real easy. However many rows, like every 5'3". Okay, how many inches is it from your elbow to your wrist? And Zoila, also, if you're going to use the thicker yarn, you may want to decrease every other row because your rows are going to be taller. So much of this depends on the type of yarn you did, not only the type, but the weight of yarn that you're using, the crochet hook you're using, your tension. I crochet really tight. So I absolutely love yours, Kim. Okay, Kim, I would say that you would want to decrease every third row. So you may want to decrease, if you're using 4-weight and acrylic, you may want to decrease every 4 rounds.
Hers is 5-weight, remember?
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you're using the thicker, you're going to want to decrease more quickly, simply because your rows are going to be taller. Maybe I'll start a hexie cardi out of the 5-weight yarn and see. Yours is DK weight? Okay.
Kim G, can you send me a picture of yours when you get it done? Because I have been thinking about doing one in DK weight too. Please.
Okay, if you're using DK weight, then I would say every 3 rounds for you would want to decrease. Now keep in mind, if you want to put a cuff on these, that's going to draw your sleeve in quite a bit. So yeah, Zoila, you have long limbs, so you would probably want to decrease every second round because you're using the bigger yarn.
Thank you, Kim G. Yeah, I didn't even think about if I was going to put a cuff on this one for Mary Lee.
You don't have to put a cuff on these. They're perfectly fine if you don't. What you can do to make it, well, I told you how to make it longer and broad. But I think for Mary Lee, she's such a skinny little thing. You're not going to want to make it much bigger.
Right.
You're just going to want to make it longer. So once you get it decreased to the size you want on the arm, or once you get it to where it fits her arm, then I would stop, do the other side, and put them together, and then you would just go along the bottom.
There's my email, Kim G.
Okay, Kim, it's real easy to decrease. Okay, you want to take a side, any side. All right, and you want to mark your corners, just like I did here. All right, and then you're going to make your corner as usual, make your first cluster as usual, and then your next stitch in the next space is just 1 half double crochet. And then you go on and do all your clusters to this end. And then when you're 2 clusters from the end, you make 1 half double crochet, a cluster, and then do your corner. How many rows for a cuff? Well, Zoila, it depends on how long you want your cuff. And it also depends on what type of cuff you are comfortable making. I've made cuffs with the front post, back post. And I've also made cuffs where you chain and then single crochet down and then chain back front loop, back loop of the single crochets, and then you crochet back up and you join it back to the arm with a slip stitch. Personally, I prefer the front post, back post. And I think on mine, I put two rows of single crochets and then 3 rows of the front post, back post. And that was the cuff that I made. Yeah, the front and back post is much easier, and it's also easier to explain, Zoila. That whole, chain this many single crochets in the back loop only, yada, 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 yada. It gets confusing, and it is so time consuming. So, but yeah, it's 2 rows of, if you're putting a cuff, it's 2 rows of single crochet and then front post, back post, half doubles for 3 rows. That's what I did. Now, if you want the longer cuff where you can fold it back, then double that.
Now, do you decrease on your single crochets?
Yeah, the first row of single crochets I did. Kim, I sent you part 1, and I will also send you, once I get the pattern written out, I will send you part 2. Anyway, Kim, I'll show you how to decrease. Hang on just a minute. I just rounded a corner. Okay. You round your corner, and then you do your first group of front post, or half double, front post, double, half double, whatever. You're using double crochet. So, all right. And then you're grouping, 1 half double crochet, front post half double crochet, half double crochet. And then, where are we? In your next stitch, in this next, where your next group would go, instead of doing a group, you want to just put 1 stitch. Okay. So you would do, in my case, I'm using half doubles. So I did 1 half double, and then the next space, just go back to normal. And then when you get all the way down, I don't know if you can see how I did that, Kim. Okay, here's a grouping. Here's a half double. And I started on the second grouping. Okay, now you want to go all the way down within 2 groupings of your next corner. Okay, so you would put a single half double crochet here, a full grouping here, and then do your corner. Does that make sense, Kim? And the reason that you want to keep the stitch markers in there is so that you know.
Hey, Paula, I got to run to the school and grab the kids real quick.
Okay.
I'm going to leave
Well,
this
I'll tell you
running.
what, why don't we just, if anybody has any questions, they can email me or Diana. They can text either one of us, whatever. But we can go ahead and get off of here. Let you lovely ladies get to whatever you have to do. Diana has to go pick up the kids. I've got to figure out what to make for supper. All right.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for coming, and we'll see you next week.
All right, Zoila. I will email you back.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.